Can I ask you something? All these like memories and timelines. How do you decide what's real? Look around, figure out what you believe is true right now, and just commit to it.
Peace, peace. Now the vibrate. Y'all know what it is. I was reading up on the book The Black Moon, Lilith, basically the Black Moon, a guide to a healing the shadow self. I posted this book in the Discord server, but just to make sure, and the author is Laura Walker. You know, Laura, Laura, Walker, Walker, for the readers out there. You know, everybody, may not read a lot, but for those who do like to read, that's a book that you could check out. But I was looking at, it was talking about the black moon through the different signs, and in the black moon in Gemini, it was speaking to the energy of, it's the shadow of acceptance, and the primary fear is fear of rejection, self-judgment, basically on how one compares to others, and the issues is whether others approve or disapprove of us. And, one statement it made that kind of, because again, what's funny is with my Chiron in Gemini, and they talk about like, your Chiron placement could be the place that you need to heal the most, but then also be a part of your quote unquote, superpower or ability in essence, and I feel like, with that Gemini energy, it creates that energy, outside of the shadow aspect, just talking about the Gemini energy in general. It has a way of kind of like seeing both sides to things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I call it almost like a lawyer / debating type of mind, where you could make an argument for both sides. You know what I'm saying? In essence, make an argument or see the perspective of both sides, but you're in essence able to, disprove or prove either side of a perspective. You know what I'm saying? But what I came to, it was like, let's see, those with the black moon in Gemini could be morbidly afraid of rejection, and you could be a people pleaser, and it often leaves you wondering what is, what are the things that you like or dislike. But what it also speaks to, let's see. All right, so this part, this shadow manifests as a need to make decisions or act in accordance with whatever gains acceptance from others. And it is damaging to the soul to pursue a life that others wish for us. And I just stopped right there. I'm like, it's damaging to the soul to pursue a life that others wish for us. And just instantly my mind kind of like saw both sides of that. It's like, well, shit, in some way, form, or fashion, whether positive or negative, a bunch of people are wishing to see you live a certain type of life. Like, it's not just one sided. Like, there's people who wish to see you live in your authenticity. And then there's people who wish to see you live a life that's more so in alignment with them. You know what I'm saying? But in the way they speak in it is, again, like it's damaging to the soul to pursue a life that others wish for us. And again, I'm like, but shit, I'm like, from my experience, no matter what perspective or spectrum, there's a bunch of people, wishing to see, me live a certain type of life. And I'm like, all right, well, what's the difference? And it's like, all right, some wish to see you live in your authentic alignment with your true self, no matter what that looks like. And no matter if it takes you to places physically near or far from them. You know what I'm saying? So you have, again, the people or persons or beings, you know what I'm saying, that will wish to see you live in your authenticity, no matter what it looks like, no matter where it takes you, whether it has you physically near or far from them. Then you have the other side to that is, some wish to see you live a life that makes them feel comfortable around you, even if you're not living in your full authenticity, and in most cases they may possessively, want to be around you in essence, you know what I'm saying? Like as if you're not around them, life is over or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people are gonna always, either side to the coin, there's gonna be others, wanting to see a life that they wish for us. But the difference is, and this is what figuring out who's the best, your tribe or the best people for you to be around, the best beings for you to be around is the beings from the option one I presented. Again, the beings who are in alignment with you living your authentic true self, being your authentic true self, no matter what that looks like, no matter where it takes you, no matter if it takes you to places physically near or far from them, they're just, happy to see you being happy, And, I realized that's the energy and the beings, that as far as if you, again, people gonna be wishing to see you live a certain life, you know what I'm saying? But those are the beings in essence that will be in alignment, you know what I'm saying? As far as if I'm gonna be around somebody wishing to see me live a certain life, or if I'm going to be connecting with somebody who's wishing to see me live a certain life, it would be the beings who wishing to see me live in my authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Those beings who, don't necessarily try to tie me down in essence, and say try because, again, it's ultimately you and your mental subconscious programming or traumatic experiences that may trigger you or cause you to, not want to make the best decisions for you and put other people's perspectives before yours. But again, it's like just seeing how, the double sided to that perspective of, again, they say it's damaging to the soul to pursue a life that others wish for us. And I'm like, well, it's not always damaging because, for one, somebody's always wishing, to see us, live a certain life, but again, they have those who are wishing to see us live a life that is damaging to our soul. And then those who are wishing to see us live a life that is healthy for the integrity and harmony and wholeness and lightheartedness of your soul. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to you to, become aware of, what that is for you first and foremost, and, and aligning yourself with those, people, places, and things, you know what I'm saying? Those beings, places, or things, however you want to say it, but just thought that I should share just that little tidbit, because also just showing you the perspective of, just a deeper perspective. You hear that statement again, like damaging to the soul to pursue a life that others wish for you. But it's like, shit, everybody's, wishing for you to live a certain life. But it's just like, what type of life are they wishing to see you live in essence? Are they wishing to see you live in your authenticity? Or are they wishing to see you live a life that makes them comfortable and, suitable more so for them more than it is for you, So, but peace. Now's the vibrate. Y'all know what it is. And also, right now I'm filming this May 31st going into June 1st. And something that came up for me to share as well, I don't consider myself I'm continuously learning more about astrology. I always dabbled and shared a little bit, on this channel through the years. But what has been coming up is this energy of Jupiter conjunct the North Node in Taurus. And it's speaking to a planetary alignment that's best for getting your quote unquote affirmations manifested. Some may say prayers, but I'm not a fan of using that terminology or dealing with it from that perspective, to each his own. But basically, in so many words, like prayers or affirmations being answered or manifested, during this time. And it, again, especially through, verbalization, like verbalizing it. And I mean, which it go all layers, whether you're writing it down, verbalizing it, thinking about it, visualizing it, also feeling the emotion that it comes with you visualizing it, or, connecting with it. But it would be very beneficial right now to make sure that you are, again, this comes that point where, we want to do our shadow work. And, yes, we have to be aware of the quote unquote negative things in our experiences and appreciate our negative emotions, things of this nature. But you definitely want to be aware to not get caught up and, go too deep into the underworld, pessimistic, quote unquote negative. And I say negative, but let's just say, again, like that toxic, pessimistic type of energy, like you want to make sure that, you're being as optimistic as possible with your affirmations, with your visualizations, taking care of your energy to the best of your ability right now through this transit. I think the conjunction lasts till about June 3rd. Don't quote me. But it's, something that will be very beneficial. Again, just like the weather, being aware of the weather. The weather is something that, again, whether it's raining outside or not, that doesn't necessarily control everything I do, but it does have some form of effect in what I do. And by being aware of when it rains, it's like, oh, I could plant a seed and I won't even have to water it because it's raining tomorrow, or it's not raining tomorrow. So when I plant this seed, I'm gonna have to water it myself. But, it just brings, it's just helpful to know. It doesn't mean that, again, like with astrology or any of this, like, it's like, oh, I gotta, check the weather to extreme where you kind of just, get into that control freak energy about it. But again, it definitely plays an important part because with the zodiac signs and astrology, mythology is anatomy by law. And with astrology, there's mythology tied to it. And there's anatomy of these constellations, the eye of the bull, Aldebaran, Regal, if I'm saying it right, the foot of Orion, it, like, just like within our body as well, like the constellations got a body with certain stars that are bright in certain parts of the constellation body, so to speak. And then within our body, we have the zodiac signs as well. Your knees, the Capricorn, the thighs, Sagittarius, your neck area, the Taurus energy, your head, the Aries energy, and again, like with certain ailments or health conditions, just in general, with keeping yourself healthy, or if you see certain ailments in the body, it may also be pointing to telling you a story of what's going on with the archetypical energy, because for the most part, at its basic level, these are just archetypical energies, archetypes, representations of a certain energy that we gave a name, different temperaments, different elements, what I'm saying? Fire, earth, water, air, different temperaments of those four elements: cardinal, mutable, fixed, what I'm saying? But it's basically, a story of archetypes, and being aware of how these archetypes operate and can be used as a tool, within our, respectfully, used as a tool within our experience, within our life, within our being, so just wanted to finish off with that. But yeah, that was the cool perspective. So again, being aware of the fact that no matter how you look at it, there's going to be beings wishing to see you live a certain type of life, but just making sure that we live in our authenticity, in line with the beings who wish to see us live that type of life. You know what I'm saying? But peace. Now it's a vibrate. Y'all know what it is. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past. Right now. Peace.